I dreamt that I was a phantom, right? So I didn't really exist as a personage. And I was following Elder Salden and Elder Ellis, who were fishing in a river, right? And I was kind of trying to talk to them, but they wouldn't pay me any notice because I was a phantom to them. And they were fishing, talking, having a good time. Elder Salden caught a really big fish, like the size of him, and he's a big man. So he caught this huge fish, and he was like all happy about it. Him and Elder Ellis were all excited, and they wanted to take it back to his house where they have a swimming pool. And they're like, we'll put it in the swimming pool, and then we could like eat it whenever we want. And so, and then Elder Ellis was like, yeah, that's a great idea. So they're like walking back, kind of like Andy Griffith's show, with like him and his son, like, yeah, walking down that path, yeah, just like that. And so they take it to their house. They have a jacuzzi, and then they have a long swimming pool, like an Olympic-sized swimming pool. And Elder Salden and Elder Ellis talk about where to put the fish. And like, if we put it in the Olympic-sized swimming pool, it's going to kind of be free reign. It might as well be back in the river. Like, we'll never really catch it. You know, it's just kind of free, and you know, it might not take bait twice. We'll never get it again. So let's throw it in the jacuzzi. Much smaller, easier to contain. That way we can get it whenever. So they put it in the jacuzzi, and the fish is huge, right? So it fills up the jacuzzi, and it swims around for a little bit, and they're watching it. They're like, yeah, this is good. And then the fish, they like jumps out of the jacuzzi into the Olympic-sized swimming pool, making Elder Salden furious. Because he's just like, we can't have this. Like, I need this fish. So he gets in the water, and he just starts splashing around looking for the fish, right? And the fish is like really fast for him, but he like grabs it, but it's slippery, and he's having a problem. Elder Ellis jumps in after him, and they both wrestle for the fish, and like trap it in a corner. Elder Salden grabs the fish in this bear hug, but the fin is enormous. It's like waving around, throwing him off balance, and like dragging him in the water. So he needs to control the fin, so he shoves it in his pants, right? So he goes, he's got the fin under control, right? It's in his pants, he's got the fish. Elder Ellis, trying to be helpful, jumps on top of the fish, but it's attached to his pants, and so when he jumps on it, his pants come off. So there, Elder Salden is not naked, but in his, boxers, but he doesn't care. He's just trying to get this fish, and they're like furiously trying to like struggle at it, and they're like grabbing it, and then they both grab it, and they like struggle, and they throw it back in the smaller swimming pool, and that was the dream. And then I woke up. And yeah. Do you want to hear the interpretation?
Yes.
Okay. Well, then Elder Hubbard the next morning, I was confused, perplexed about this dream, wondering about its significance, because I've never really had a dream that weird. So I was talking to Elder Hubbard, and he had a Freud psychoanalytic dream analysis book. You remember this? Yeah, he totally did. And so
I still have that.
And so we got it, and we looked up fish. Fish represents a deep secret. That's what a fish represents, right? The bigger the fish, the bigger the secret, right? No, that's totally what the book said. Is it not? You remember reading this, right? Now, if the fish is swimming in clear water, like a swimming pool, that means that the secret is about to reveal itself, all right? And now Elder Salden, without his pants on, like we read, without pants falling off symbolizes shame, guilt, embarrassment. All right. Elder Ellis is also a crucial part in this dream, right? Because he is part of the whole ordeal, right? And so I think, if the fish was in murky water, it was a secret that not yet caught. And he was in a river, you couldn't see it first, he caught it. Anyways, it was like a week or two afterwards, I can't remember how long, until this whole ordeal came down, with Elder Salden having, how the guy was stealing money from him. This really big secret came out in the open. Elder Salden was embarrassed, he was shamed and disgraced in front of the ward, right?
Well, this is when like Elder Ellis was sick too, and they were all over at the church, and I think you were.
Right, Elder Ellis and Elder Salden were hand in hand in this ordeal, yeah. And so I didn't realize the significance of my dream until I was on the job. And I was sitting there, the power was out, everybody was miserable. It was the night we discovered everything, right? And so everyone here, well, you weren't there, right?
No.
Yeah, everyone.
I was.
You were there. Yeah, I remember you.
I had to go with Elder Salden and Elder Ellis to, try and catch him in the act. So
oh, right, yeah, there's watch for this far.
Yeah, made me go out by myself. Ask me a question. I was like, I'm going to be with myself?
And you didn't know why.
I didn't know
why would I do that? Okay, so I'm on the job. And the power's out. I'm miserable, right? I'm depressed because we just found out all this crap that just happened.
Well, it's a throne of revelation.
It's called the seer seat afterwards, named by Elder Fouché himself. The seer seat, right? Okay, so I'm on the seer seat, but at the time it was just a job, and I'm just sitting there. The power's out. I can't see anything, and I'm just kind of contemplating, like I always do when
you always do.
Yeah. And so then I'm thinking about my mission, and things, and I recall the dream. I'm like, I wonder what that secret was. And then it occurs to me, it's like, oh my goodness, Like, this totally just happened. Like, I mean, Elder Ellis was involved in it. Elder Seldom Shane, the secret. I mean, oh my goodness, this makes sense. So I hurried up, right? I just, like, threw my pants on. So I was, like, pretty much unzipped and stuff. And, like, my shirt was untucked. I come out just looking just like this. I come out, I was just like, I prophesied all of this. And then Elder Boucher looks at me. He's just like, what? And, like, I just explained it. And Elder Boucher's like, dang. And then Elder Howard was there too. He's like, Elder Howard says, and you know how cynical Elder Howard is, right? Elder Howard looked at me. He said, that is a legitimate prophecy.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.